In this video, we're going to be checking out a portable SSD that promises to be compact and elegant, rugged, and most importantly, high speed. Now on this channel, I've showed you how to build your own kind of portable SSD using some NVMe drives to plug into your Mac Mini or your MacBook Air. In this video, we're going to take a look at one that's just ready to go right out of the box. Hey everybody, it's Chris from FamilyGeekery, and today we're going to be taking a look at the GiGimundo G20 Portable SSD. And this company reached out to me and said, hey, we like your videos. We would love for you to test out our drive. So that's what we're doing in this video. I'm going to test this guy out. We're going to take a look at what it is, what it looks like, and more importantly, how well it performs. So as always, this video is my opinions. The company doesn't get to influence it, and no money has exchanged hands. So let's take a look real quick at the box, and then we'll open this thing up. Like I said, it's compact and elegant. It's got a rugged design, high speed. It says it's rated up to 20 gigabits. So that's going to be faster than some of the just regular USB-C enclosures we've used that was 10 gigabits. Not quite as fast as the 40 gigabit Thunderbolt, but those get pretty expensive. But it looks like this thing comes in a couple different colors, a couple different sizes. So yeah, so let's open this thing up and check it out. All right, so inside the box we've got, of course, the drive itself. We've got a little lanyard here, and then we've got a cable. And this cable is USB-C on one side, and then it looks like a USB-C to USB-A adapter on top of a USB-C. Yes, it is. And that's kind of neat. It's kind of attached in there. Pretty cool. And I like how they're labeled 20 right there, so you can remember that this is a cable that came with this device, and it reminds you what this cable is probably rated at. Because the more and more devices like this I get, the more tiny cables I get, and I keep on forgetting which one came with which. But as far as the build quality of this thing, this is really nice. This is all aluminum alloy. It's certainly a rugged design. Here's a little hole to put that lanyard through. And just a USB-C connector there, also labeled 20, so that's nice. Just reminds you again that this is the right cable for this drive. So I've got the black or gray one. I guess they call it silver. The blue and purple look pretty cool also. And this particular one is a 1 terabyte drive. Looks like they go anywhere from 512 up to 2 terabytes. But it's built great. It looks great. Let's see if it works great. So I'm going to grab my M4 Mac Mini, and we're going to plug this thing in. We're going to drag some files over and do kind of just like a real world speed test. And then we'll run some actual speed tests on it using some software. So let me get that set up. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got the Mac Mini M4 here, and I've got it hooked up to a capture device, so when we get to the actual file transfers and disk speeds, I'll switch over to that capture. But I want to show you, I'm going to hook this up first, just to the front here, and then we'll do some tests, and then I'll hook it up to the back to the Thunderbolt ports and do some tests. They should be faster in the back, but I want to just double check that. So let's go ahead and grab this USB-C cable, plug it right into here. And it is shown up already on the desktop. So let's open that up. And it shows up as the GGM. So let's see if it's formatted yet. And it's formatted as exFAT. So it shows 1 terabyte formatted as exFAT. We'll go ahead and keep it like that just in case we wanted to move this back and forth between Windows machines and Mac machines that would be compatible. So what I'm going to do now, just what I call the real world test, I'm just going to grab these 3 files here. I'm going to drag them on here to copy them onto the drive, and we'll just get a real sense of what that takes. So let's take a look real quick first at what those files are. And it looks like approximately 6 gigabytes worth of video files. So just 3 video files that we're going to drag over there. And this is something I do all the time, moving videos back and forth between computers to edit and to upload. So let's go ahead and just drag these, and 3, 2, 1, release. And this is real time, nothing is sped up. It said it'd take about 10 seconds, and that's about what it took, about 10 seconds to copy it on there. Like I said, this is just a real world test. Yes, we're going to use some special software to do a disk speed test, but sometimes you're just grabbing files, copying them, and you want to know about how long it's going to take. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create just a dummy folder on the desktop here. And I'm going to grab these same 3 files now from the drive and drag them into this folder here, and this will be like a read test versus a write test. So 3, 2, 1, drop. And it looks like it's a tiny bit faster. It approximated about 5 to 7 seconds, and that's about what it was. So again, nothing scientific about this test. It's just a way to know that, hey, this used to take, a minute on my old drive. Now it's taking about 10 seconds with this portable SSD, and that is definitely, faster is better. So I'm going to keep it hooked up into this front port here. Let's go ahead and start that disk speed software, and we'll see what kind of speeds we get out of the front ports. All right, so here is the Blackmagic disk speed test, and I've went ahead and selected the target drive to be that portable SSD. So let's go ahead and hit this start button. And it's just going to keep on cycling back and forth between read and write speeds. And we'll see those numbers populate on the screen here. And what I do with this is I just kind of look at the two, speeds here as they go back and forth, the write speed and the read speed, and just get a kind of a ballpark. They're all going to kind of bounce around a little bit, but if you kind of average them out as you're watching them, then you can get kind of a sense of what it's looking like. So the write speed here looks like it's kind of hovering right around 1,000 or so megabytes per second, which would be about 8 gigabit per second. And the read is right around the same, about 900, so a little bit lower. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this drive out, plug it into the back there, and see if these numbers go up significantly. So let me go ahead and stop this test. I'll eject the drive. And now I'm going to plug it into the back. And it's mounted already. Let's go ahead and set that target. And let's run this test. And then once we do this, we'll go back to the real world test and just drag the files back and forth and see how that goes. So let's go ahead and start this test. And as I'm letting this go back and forth a couple times, it looks like the read speed is right about the same. And the write speed, it started off slow, but now it's kind of normalizing up to about what it was before. And yeah, it's about the same. The longer I watch it, the more I realize it's about the same. And I don't know if it has to do with the fact that the Thunderbolt ports in the back there just kind of revert back to backwards compatible to USB-C, USB 3.2, 2x2 or whatever it is. But it's looking to be about the same. So let's go ahead and stop this test. We'll close out of there. And let's go back to, like I said, the real world test here. So we're going to grab these 3 files again. I've cleaned off the drive. I've emptied the wastebasket. And let's go ahead and just drag these over. And 3, 2, 1, drop. So this would be the write speed, and it looks about the same, about 10 seconds, maybe a little bit less. And since the disk speed test was about the same, you'd expect this to be about the same too. So let's go ahead and do the read speed test. We'll drag these into this dummy folder. And 3, 2, 1, drop. Yeah, about the same thing, about 5 seconds, a little bit more. So it looks like it doesn't matter which port you plug it into, it's going to be equally as fast. Alright, so there we go. We went ahead and took a look at this portable SSD and then we tested it out. And I went back and looked at some of my older videos where I tested out some other portable SSDs. I tested out, of course, the USB enclosure that I built with just an NVMe drive and a USB 3 enclosure, and that was this guy right here. And then I looked at also a video that I did with a Thunderbolt docking station that uses an NVMe drive and hooks up over true Thunderbolt. Now, how did this one here compare to those? Well, it was faster than the enclosure that I built by a little bit. And of course, the Thunderbolt was, in fact, about 2 to 2.5 times faster than this, and that's to be expected because that's going to come with an additional cost too. Now, I did double check the speed of these ports here on this Mac Mini, the front ports. They are 10 gigabit ports, so that makes sense why this was only getting, about 8 gigabit speed. And the ports in the back, they are 40 gigabits, but I think that's only if you're using a Thunderbolt interface. So if you do have something that actually has 20 gigabit ports, I'm sure that this would jump up to that speed. So just check out the speed of all of your ports and see if this thing is a great fit for you. But I want to thank GiGimundo again for sending this out for review. They said they could supply me a coupon code for anybody watching this video, so I will go ahead and put that down in the description below, along with the link on where you can find out more about this. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop those down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you're looking for a portable SSD that you can just take out of the box and use right away, this, of course, is a great, sleek, compact, rugged little drive that will work great for you. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, I appreciate a thumbs up. Go ahead and check out the rest of the channel for some of those other tests that I did with other types of drives for the Mac Mini M4. Stay tuned to the channel for more tests. I've got a MacBook Air M4 that just came in, and we're going to be doing some videos on that. So stay tuned for that. But I thank you as always for watching. And until next time, peace out and geek out.